So I'm still nervous myself. Okay, so apparently we're live. So if you go on Twitter, you should be able to see that we are live.
I have to, I guess, go to,
Yeah, we are live.
I'm not seeing it yet. Yes, no, this is not it. Here, yes, awesome.
Is it at Bitcoin Mermaid, or what's your full handle?
Oh, my handle is solarpunk13. Wait, did you find it?
Let me send you the link. And we are live. So hey guys, hi everyone.
Hello.
So as usual, this is the live our second live stream in which we bring to you guys the best creators, best Bitcoin creators out there, people that are launching their ideas, they're contributing to the Bitcoin ecosystem, taking an idea and really making it take off, to the help of the community. So this is a chance for the creators to tell us a bit more about their projects and really a chance to give them a voice. So keep in mind that we're going to be streaming this on YouTube, from which you can comment. We will be making this into a podcast on Fountain, from which you can stream sats, and the sats will be going to the creators themselves. And I think that's all the beginning notes. So, well, welcome Yemoja Uzume, also called the Bitcoin Mermaid. How are you doing, Yemoja?
I'm good, really tired from my travels, but here I am, really excited to be here and really happy.
Fantastic. It's an honor to have you here. I think you're the first, and actually you're the second musician that is focusing their musical potential into Bitcoin. We had Anonymal, who was doing metal music, and now we have you doing melodic, sort of tropical R&B reggae vibes, which is incredible, which I love. I love this style of music. So yeah, great to have you here and representing the world of musicians.
Kind of, I guess, yes. Representing the part of musicians that care about the environment and want to fix this world.
Yeah, awesome. So let's get into that. So yeah, tell us a bit about yourself, about your background. I know you have a really interesting background, so I'd love to hear more.
Yes, it is. It's even interesting for me. I was born in a hippie community in South Spain, La Alpujarra, Granada. 33 years ago, when things were very, very different. Like, well, there was not so many laws down there as in other places. So we grew up quite wild and free and experienced this freedom connected to nature, like running around barefoot, half naked or naked, eating figs out of the fig tree, fresh pomegranates, oranges, orange juice every morning in the winter. So I'm like a big orange juice fan. Yeah, now I drink orange pill juice. Like
That's what orange pill you. Anyway.
But yeah, so growing up like that, I was very confronted about to the fact that the world is like it is. Things are happening that aren't so beautiful, and like we're destroying this paradise that we're living in. So yeah, utopia is a state of mind. Paradise on earth is a choice to make. Yeah,
that's really interesting.
I think that's that's Bitcoin. Really, well, it's like Max and Stacy always say. Bitcoin is love, peace, harmony. Yeah, it's all of those things. For me, at least, it's that.
Right. So you grew up in a hippie community in Spain, in symphony with nature in some ways, and then how did you discover Bitcoin? How did that transition happen? How did you start seeing Bitcoin? And Bitcoin, some of the answers.
Well, to be honest, when I heard of Bitcoin for the first time, it was like not a surprise. It was like, oh, finally, it's there. Like it was something that I could feel coming. Like I always liked money, but I didn't like banks and central banks. I didn't understand my relationship to money, because on one hand I felt like you can do all these great things, like you can buy the Amazon and protect all the trees, or like, I don't know, buy a whole mountain and protect the river and the lakes, and like just protect these things that can't defend themselves. And because we live in a world where, yeah, you buy something and then you can say, oh, it's I have this paper, it's mine, look, I bought it, right? So just like, okay, well, if that's how the game goes, then let's play it. Let's get a lot of money and buy everything and protect it. And but obviously I didn't understand things like inflation, and I did understand that it was not logic that there was different types of money in every country. Like that never made sense to me. Like since I can remember, I was always like, why? But that's like really complicated. Like why would you do that? It just didn't make sense. So
Hmm.
so when I discovered Bitcoin, it was like, this is it. This is this money without borders that I was always dreaming of, uncensorable from this like evil government that obviously the hippie community totally despised, and like banks and like credit cards were like no way, you can't have a credit, like they can track you with that, you know. So
Hmm. Yeah, definitely.
yeah, they were right, no, but so they had this whole like anti-money um attitude, but always crying about being poor and not having money to like get like by every day, or at least a big part of these people were living like that and still are. So it's like, they had half of the story, right? But there's like
Hmm.
another part missing, where I think money is like, if it's hard and sound money, it's like such a beautiful thing to have this option to trade with somebody that doesn't want anything you have. Like he doesn't care about your tomatoes, about your potatoes, he doesn't care about your paintings, about your music, whatever. He just like say, okay, if you give me some money, okay, then you can have a few strawberries, right? So like, oh, awesome. I don't know, I think
Yeah,
it's
it's really interesting because I think it was Andreas Antonopoulos talks about money as being having four properties. One is store of value, one is means of exchange, unit of account, and also system of control, right? And it seems like you and your community understood money as system of control, um, um, but it was not. And like a lot of back when I grew up, and also money has this connotation that money is bad, money is evil, money corrupts. But the reality is that we've, as human, have corrupted money, right? So how has that been? How are you sort of the lone wolf of the hippie community that has become a Bitcoiner, or are people in the Bitcoin in the hippie community kind of starting to understand it?
well, I must say I don't really have any relation with these people anymore, because I got to a point where, I mean, I was very, very young when I left my difficult home. And, well, I kind of always knew that I wanted to do something to make the world a better place. Like, I can't really do anything else. Like, as long as the world is like this, like, how can I just sit there and play music the whole day. I mean, I can if the music that I do specifically touches those subjects and I put it out there and I record it and I really work on it and I don't just sit there and play it for myself, which is what most hippies or even most musicians or people that play music do. And so I just felt like all this hypocrisy, like people just talking about, oh, the world is so shit, the world is so shit, but let's just not do anything and just hide away in this little paradise that we found, as long as we can still keep it. Because I mean, civilization is like crushing onto you, and now it's already at this point where it's just so overfilled. There's so many people, it's just like burned out. And why? Because obviously they tell their friends it's a really nice place. It's like subtropical South Spain, avocados, lemons, like everything. You have the Sierra Nevada with like alpine climate, so you even have cherries and like berries and everything, like in like this small region. So it's filled with tourists, and then you have these hippies. It's really funny and an experience to have. Like, if you ever have the chance, you're in that region, you should definitely go and check it out. It's pretty fun. But yeah, just like, just nothing happens. Like years go by and nothing happens, and then I just couldn't take it anymore. It's like I want to work on my stuff, and I'm just gonna like go with the flow until I find something. Which now, for the first time in my life, I actually feel like I found people that are really working on it. That they're not just talking about it; they're really working on it, and they're not scared to dream big. Like, oh, we need to build a spaceship. Let's build a spaceship. Oh, we need to whatever. Let's just do it. Like, there is no, oh, but it's too expensive. Oh, but it's sorry. But just do a crowdfunding. If you have a good idea, just do a crowdfunding. Like, seriously. I mean, how many shit ideas went through with the crowdfunding? like I know a dude that made debt here in Switzerland. He made like 150,000 Swiss francs debt. So like 26-year-old, no one. And he just did like a Facebook crowdfunding, and he did that money in like a couple of weeks. And I was like, oh. And here I am sitting for 10 years thinking, no, but I'm not good enough yet. No, but I'm not ready yet. No, I'm in over my head. I don't know what I'm doing. And, yeah.
Amazing. Well, that's a super interesting story. I love the you found this group that are actually trying to change the world, that are trying to make this step change and improve and solve some of the problems that you mentioned that many people are not aware of, like you said, like with inflation, that people are not aware of. And like the cypherpunks write code, right? They don't just theorize and write articles about it. They actually do things, which is awesome, and not just do things, but do code, which is incredibly powerful. So yeah, I mean, is there anything else about your past in your history that I think is worth telling and that is interesting? Or how it transitioned into Bitcoin? I'm interested to hear.
Well, I guess like it was like a slow thing, especially in the first 5 years or so, because I didn't really have any sources to tell me what I need to read or listen to or see, and I don't really. Well, I'm a pretty naive person, so I have like a really hard time separating the bullshit from the truth, and I kind of like it when somebody who is, especially, I mean, Bitcoin is a very technical thing, very mathematical thing. So there's two things that I'm not very good at least not on that level. So if somebody who is good at that stuff tells me, hey, yeah, no, you need to watch this, you need to read this, then yeah, I don't feel like I'm wasting my time taking in some information that might not even be true or whatever. And so
Right.
then I got to the Bitcoin Standard, of course, and
Oh,
Max and Stacy
fantastic.
report. And I was watching Max and Stacy report for like 2 years.
That's incredible. How did you get to Max's Stacy? Curious to hear.
Well, my boyfriend slash complicated slash best friend slash sometimes I don't know what we are. But yeah, the love of my life. He is a cypherpunk. And he is the smartest person that I have ever met. The yeah, he is in it since I think since the beginning. Like he was in the first mailing lists. I think I'm not pretty sure. Like yeah, but something like
Very
that. So
cool.
he's like a big Max and Stacy addict, and
Mm.
he got me into it. And slowly, like in the beginning, it was so hard. Like every episode I watched, I nearly had a headache afterwards because like 70% of the word combinations I didn't really understand.
Mm.
And it was like working out of context and all. But now I'm at like maybe 70% that I understand. So it's like yeah,
That's
and
incredible.
I just love them. I love Max and I love Stacy, but I feel especially connected to Max, I guess, because he's like pure fire and temperamental and passionate, and he says things that people don't want to hear. And I guess I feel a little represented with that. Um, maybe one day he'll hear this. So, yeah, Max,
An
love you.
incredible character. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Max is, incredibly, you either love him or you hate him, right?
Yeah,
There's no in between. And at first myself was like, wow, this guy is completely nuts. But when someone is nuts and he's right, well, he's a genius, as they say. So great respect for him for sure.
he just says it how it is.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. No negotiation, just like straight up, right? Yeah, incredible. Still remember that one. It's all going to zero, right? Against Bitcoin, it's all going to zero. Ripping up the bills. Yeah, that was
Epic,
awesome.
epic. Yeah.
Right. So
So
you have this. Sorry, go ahead.
is that the song? Yeah, that's what you're gonna say.
Well, music. I'm curious to hear your thoughts about music and your musical background and what then got you to launch this project, this idea, this the Orange Pill Jam.
Well, I mean, there's so many orange pill pods, orange pill apps, orange pill this and that and the other, and there needs to be orange pill music, obviously. And it's the Dollar Apocalypse is the first song that was finished. Not the first one I started, but the first one I finished, and it is inspired in Max and Stacy. And all the awesome guests they had all over the years that I have met through them. Like, I don't know, Samsung Mao was as somebody who I met over them, I think. Like, I didn't know him before. I don't know, like just a couple of people. I don't even know who anymore. But
Mhm.
so, yeah, I always thought that they have these awesome conversations that are just so real and so good. And it's like, I don't know. I just wanted to thank them somehow, like just express my gratitude and just do something beautiful in their name and for them. I don't know, for everybody on their show, for every Bitcoiner, everybody who loves Bitcoin in the end, like we're all together, right?
Mhm.
Um, we're all Satoshi, even Max and Stacy, especially Max and Stacy. Um, but yeah, so finished the Dollar Apocalypse and I was practicing it like crazy, thinking, who knows, maybe one day I meet them and I have to be ready. And then on Twitter, I found the Orange Pill app and I downloaded the beta version and got talking to some of the first members that told me, "Oh yeah, Lugano Plan B," and I was like, "Well, what is that?" It was like a week after I heard about it, and I didn't even know it was happening. I didn't know Max and States are gonna be there, and I was like, "Oh my god, okay, all right, I'll pack the guitar. I take this. All right, let's book the ticket." And I just did it, and I was like, "Who knows? You know, maybe I get the chance to play this for them." Because they really, the last couple of years have been like my greatest source of hope, like hearing the things they say, and this like how you say, like sureness,
Certainty.
certainty that it is like this, like Bitcoin is gonna win. Like and on a Bitcoin standard, things like war will not exist anymore. And it's just like, yeah, they explain it in a way that you understand, or at least I understood it, and it gave me so much hope. And then when El Salvador accepted Bitcoin as a legal tender, it was like, okay, this is it. This is like, hope is like yesterday. Now it's just it. Now there's nothing to hope for. Now it's the reality. And are you frozen? Hello? I think you are frozen. Well, I don't know if I'm like live on my own now. um, where are you? Mm, I don't know what's happening. Oh, all right.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. That was totally my fault. From my internet just died.
All
My
right. I thought it was my fault.
No, I'm sorry. I just rebooted it. It's never happened before, but
Don't
it happened
worry.
right now. All good. So, but it's still going, the broadcast.
I
But
think I was
you know,
talking on my own for a bit there.
oh no, don't tell me. I'm just gonna start recording in case the recording doesn't happen. But yeah, we can cut this bit out of the podcast, of course. But yeah, we're back. So yeah, you were mentioning the going to Lugano, right?
Yes, and that was the start. Like the positive reaction that I got from everybody is like, I didn't get so much positive feedback in the last 10 years that I do music. Like I got more positive feedback in the last 5 months after Lugano Plan B. And already there, it was just so amazing. So many people just loved it. And some of the organizers like let me and 4 of my friends into the private party in the end last night, because he saw me performing and he was like, yeah, of course she can come in. She performed. And like, I was like, but I have 4 friends. He's like, yeah, they can come in as well. And it was like, ah. So it was really nice. And it just felt like I want to do something for Bitcoin. This is something not many people are doing. So I was actually thinking to maybe start painting again, but there's a lot of people painting for Bitcoin. So maybe I thought maybe I have to do music. I mean, I've got a lot of instruments, so I might as well use them.
Yeah, you're an artist in every sense. You're a multi-talented artist of music art, which yeah, that looks beautiful as well. Is that textile that you have in the background, or is that paper? Yeah, the
Yeah,
orange paper.
it's a really cheap paper that has a lot of acrylic paint on it, so it's.
Ah, it's wavy. It looks like textile from here. But
I
yeah,
bet there is a glass over it, so
oh,
I
nice.
don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
beautiful. But yeah, so that was awesome, and I think maybe we should. I just clicked it here, the dollar apocalypse. Maybe I'll give people a small taste of what we're talking about here.
but
Uh,
should I do it because I've got the newest version, right?
sure, let's do that. Let's do that. Yeah,
Okay, so you ready?
go for it.
Globalization, cultural unification, decentralization, conscience integration, social emancipation, lose the concept of a nation, so more reforestation, roots of revelation, green civilization, symbiosis and redemption. Use your imagination. This life is your creation. Open sources and no more borders. Clean water, illegal pollution. Universal harmony of sound, money, and unity. A bit of love at frequency. Build that bass and kick it to the beat. Kick it to the beat.
Good.
And now, the hook. Dollar apocalypse around the corner. Hyperinflation on the horizon. Babylon crumbles. White swan rises. Orange pill healing. Solar punk mining. I am. Woo! Uncontestable. Oh yeah.
Amazing. So the right off the bat, I think the good vibes are so they really come across, and it's kind of what you were saying before. The good vibes are part of it, the music, right? But also the lyrics are so in tune with all the whole ethos, open source, unconfiscatability, and all these different things. So yeah.
There is one thing I have to say about this song that I still didn't mention. I think it's pretty important. I think if you listen to it a couple of times, you come to that conclusion, but it's sang from the perspective of Bitcoin. Like, if Bitcoin would have a voice, like this is like I was trying to imagine what would it say about itself. Because there's all these people saying, oh, Bitcoin is evil, Bitcoin will consume the energy, Bitcoin does this, Bitcoin does that, pays for drugs, whatever. They just come up with whatever, no? And it's like, for me, it's this beautiful, super kind thing that's like Lina Saige's little Bitcoin.
You have it? Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm a little bit of a Lina Saige fanatic, so I got them.
Wow. Oh wow, you get all those. Oh, the I need to have that Bitcoin one. That's so cute.
He's so sweet. Look, he's so happy
You're
because
so
he's not
happy.
on exchange. That's why he's so
Yeah.
happy. Like when he's on exchange, he's always really sad. And look, this is a
Oh,
mermaid one.
no way.
And here is the master.
No way. The shadowy sweet odor. That's so cute.
Yeah, and I got this is actually this is what I'm the happiest about. Oh,
Really?
and it smells like a school book. This is the best
Oh
part
yeah,
about it.
yeah, yeah.
It's like you're learning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so it's as if Bitcoin was speaking and singing.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess I
So,
could be the video clip. Dollar apocalypse around.
yeah, oh, should the partnership. But yes, I mean, so much to be said. But to me, what really stands out is that the R&B, the kind of the reggae good vibes that have not really been coupled. And I've said this all along, that if Bob Marley was around here, he'd probably be a Bitcoiner, right?
Definitely. Yes, definitely. Yeah.
I mean, so much of the rat race that he speaks about. So I think you're doing a wonderful service to Satoshi and to Bob Marley at the same time.
Oh, that is so. I mean, I grew up listening to Bob Marley. My parents at first, and then me when I was like, yeah, like 11, 13, with my friends. We listened to Bob Marley because that's what our parents listened to. So
Beautiful. And it's the same thing of reggae speaking about very sad things, but in a happy tune. I mean, you're talking about the dollar apocalypse. It's just the end of the era of the dollar. And yet it comes with a sort of hopeful feel that you couldn't otherwise get.
yeah, because
Uh,
the white swan is rising. It's not a negative thing. The dollar apocalypse is like the greatest thing ever. It's the chance to
right.
finally rise above
That's
the.
true. That's true. So one question about that. Why did you call it a white swan instead of a black swan? A black swan would have been pretty cool too.
Yeah, that's what the my boyfriend also said because he said it
Ah,
makes more sense. But I said, but I'm trying to honor all the great people in Bitcoin, and the white dove is a symbol of peace. So if the
hmm.
white dove is a symbol of peace, and the swan is kind of like a really big fat white dove,
Hmm.
and Swan is like one of the first companies that are doing Bitcoin only, and I really like Corey Clipson. He's so cool. He's anti fiat king. He's such yeah.
That's awesome. So you were inspired by Swan Company to
Yeah,
also
yeah,
do that. That's awesome.
totally.
Hmm.
Um, and the end of that one says solar punk mining.
I love that. Yeah, I love that quote there.
Yeah, solar punk is like a new thing, 10 years old, which yeah, it's really cool. It's like a combination of cypherpunks and hippies, I guess.
Hmm. Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
as green smart future.
Green smart future, but still punk and like encrypted and freedom oriented, right? So it's a freedom oriented world where we live in harmony with nature.
So a decentralized green smart future.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's
Open
super
source,
cool.
of course. Of course.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and I think that's more. I mean, that's the hope that we're trying to, because like one of those some of these like how do they call it? Like the future is often dystopic, but solar punk future is not dystopic, right? It's actually optimistic about the future. So
Yes.
yeah, um, that's awesome. So that was fantastic. I loved it so much. What else is next then for you? Like, have you made other songs? Have you made other?
Yeah, I mean they're cooking up already. They are being produced right now as we speak, I guess, in a way. Um, so there is like 9 that are finished, and another couple that are like ideas, and 13 in total that would be ideal to have. and I don't think it's gonna be hard because I have a lot of ideas. Um, yes, so right now the next one is actually another song that I did for Max on his birthday. Like last minute, I thought, okay, I have to do the song, and I kind of did it. It was kind of okay, but not what I wanted it to be. So now we're redoing it with who I'm working with in the studio. He's like a experienced producer, like dub, reggae, Latin. He does everything. He's
Wow.
amazing. Yeah,
Wow.
incredible. And he plays the drums, and it's amazing to work with somebody who does producing, but not only on the computer. Like he can also work like analog,
Live. Right.
or he can do DJ, or he can do the mastering. He can do everything. It's just incredible. His brain, like how he makes music, like he makes types of music that I usually hate, and when he makes it, it's like, wow, this is like so cool, like techno or something like that.
Wow.
When he makes techno, it's like it's beautiful. It moves you. You want to dance. It's not like this is boring, repetitive stuff. No, no, it's like it's different. I don't know how his.
It's incredible.
I'm not that good with the whole music theory, playing instruments and all that, because I just spend my time writing. I love writing.
And look, you do a great job because yeah, that's the key bit. That's a hard bit, right? That's, I mean, all of it is hard, of course, but that's key because that transmits the information, right? Transmit the meaning and the, yeah. So right, so you have done this project. Let's talk about your project. I'm actually. Do you want to screen share it and
Yes,
show it to
let's
us?
do that. This is present settings.
I think it's right. Yeah, present. Yeah,
Oh, present.
I
Present.
also read it as present.
I guess that's the Spanish in me that just doesn't. Yeah.
uh,
All right. Mm, yes. Okay. I think I've got it.
fantastic. So let's add it up.
Oh. So here we are. Oh no. Here we are.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. If some graphic designers want to hop on board, they're very welcome. Sure, we can find some sets for them too if they want to do some cover work.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
um, and yeah. So what do you want to know?
Right. So tell us a bit about your, what's the aim of the project? You're obviously an artist making incredible music. So what has made you sort of launch a project on Geyser, and what are you looking for help? Uh, what are you looking for help? Why are you looking for help from the community? I guess.
Well, I've been making music since like 16 years, and I've done a lot of street music, busking, little concerts like in bars and stuff. Um, but it's always really like been really hard for me to put a price on it, because it always felt like something that should be free, and not in the sense like it should be for free, but it should be free.
Yeah.
Like it should be able to move freely
Uh-huh.
without constrictions of, oh, if you don't pay you can't hear it. um, we all have different situations in our life, so not everybody can afford something, and it's okay, especially if there's other people that put in more than they have to. and and I just think music, I mean, I guess other things as well, but especially music should be something that only exists if people really love it freely. So if they don't have to pay for it, but they do it anyway because they want to keep it alive. It's like watering a plant. You don't have to water it. You can just let it die in the corner. But you do it because you want to keep it alive. So it would be nice. Like, I mean, I love making music. I would like to nearly only do that in my life, and if people like what I'm doing and they want to keep on hearing it,
Yeah, absolutely. And the point also is when it comes to the mission, right, which is going back to Lugano, Plan B, and sing with that whole discography, with the whole 13
yes,
songs.
I mean, like more concretely talking, yes, these 13 songs, recording them, paying the people that are involved and will be involved, and then let's see if we need more money for going to Lugano, Plan B, and all that will be more in the future. But yeah, so for now, this is like the idea is to record this album, to have it ready as soon as possible, June, July, something like that, and then like have a album launch party at Lugano, and then see from there where it goes. Like see the reaction from the people, but hopefully, ideally. I mean, I wish that the people like what we do and want to hear it and want to dance to it, and so that we can go to other conferences to do the same thing. But it's just that my friend, he, like the one who I'm making music with, for example, he well, he does he gets paid doing music for films, and he gets paid quite well, and he has a child and stuff, so we only working whenever he has a bit of free time, and it's a slow process, and we're not really getting like very far, but we both love what we're doing, so we're going to do it anyway. If people contribute or not, we're going to try to do whatever we can. Obviously, if like we do get contributions, we could invest more time, we could get other people as well that, I don't know, maybe do music as well, or other things like graphics, or the lights at a party, at the party in the conference. It would be great to have somebody who does lights that go according to the music and with the music. I mean, I would love that.
Yeah, I mean, you're starting with a really solid MVP with this, with the great music, great lyrics, and you have the potential to scale a lot more. You just need, I think, as a new project, I think as soon as people discover you, people are gonna start flocking and supporting you because it really is top quality stuff. So, yeah, so if you guys definitely go check out the Bitcoin Mermaid. Go to her project on Geyser. Check out. I think are there other places where they can find and find your music? I think so far it's mainly YouTube, right?
Yes, mainly YouTube. I mean, SoundCloud is being set up, so soon it will be. And I don't know. I might have to look into if there is many options. I think.
Right. So I think
But
there's some
yes,
other Noster clients coming out that are just for publishing music, which should be really, really interesting for you, I think. Really curious to
exactly.
see what happens there. But imagine being able to post your first song on Noster, and then that's sort of that item is connected to your private key. So you
Yeah,
prove it and say that you were the first one to publish it, which is
which is goes with what we were talking about last time, the copy left licensing,
yeah,
open
right.
sourcing, and yeah, that would be really really cool. Definitely looking forward to do something like that. And I guess just to summarize, like what the OrangePill Jam project is, or what I would like it to be, is a musician collective, uh, artists collective, like I say, graphics, lights, whatever, decoration, maybe even dancers, performers, like a theater or whatever. But yeah, so just a collective of, I guess, showmen. You could put it that way, just to put something on a stage with music, and so anybody. I mean, I would love to collaborate with more people, and anybody who wants to wants to participate, or anybody who wants to use any of the materials, since everything is open source, is very welcome to do that. Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, and that's a beautiful thing, is that I think there's a lot of Bitcoiners out there that want to contribute, that want to be a part of these initiatives, and support whatever way they can, not just through Sats, but through labor and help. Um, so actually, I just purchased one of your rewards because I think it's awesome. I purchased the Orange Blossom Bliss. So you want to tell us a little bit about the Noster badges and how they work?
Yeah, well, they were like improvised something that I came up with, all these open source Photoshop Illustrator things. And well, the logo, I was quite playing around with the logo for some time, and I wanted to make something orange pill related but different, and it had to include the music, something. And so then when I thought of the Noster badges, I thought, well, orange leaves and flowers and oranges around the logo would just look awesome. And while I was doing it, I realized, okay, there's these like three main colors, like the yellow, white from the flowers, the orange, and the green. And well, orange is obviously the color, right? So it's the most expensive out of the three uh, Bitcoin only badges. And then we have this fourth one, which is out of this color scheme. This is like honoring Noster, Bitcoin values outside of Bitcoin, in messaging and whatever else will come along with time. And I don't know. I guess the names and the descriptions, I just went with the flow. I don't know what I was doing.
I love it. I love it. That's amazing. So actually, can you try refreshing and you'll see that I've purchased it. Should be able to see that. So yeah, guys, these are pretty awesome Nostr badges as a way to support creators. So you can earn a badge and at the same time support musicians and people like Mermaid doing great work. And I think you're gonna basically send that badge over to my Nostr profile, basically.
So I have to send it.
Yeah. So basically, I can show that later, but you'll be able to essentially go to see my ask for my npub and then send it over.
Yeah, let's do that later. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that's about that. So we haven't talked at all about like the world of Bitcoin and music and how they relate. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that.
Should we go out of the screen share modus?
Yeah. I just removed it.
Ah, great. Well, I think Bitcoin is a state of mind. It's values, it's ideals. I don't know, moral. It's something that you can have everywhere. So, and we need to have it everywhere. Like this, for me, Bitcoin is like in a more technical term is decentralization, open source, and unconfiscatable. Like those three things make for me this holy trinity of Bitcoin, which I think should be everything in a way. I mean, I'm maybe not everything. I don't know, but yeah, I do like those values.
Right. And why is music needed? Do you think in terms of the world of Bitcoin? What do you think? Does Bitcoin need music?
No, Bitcoin doesn't I guess need.
Bitcoin doesn't need anything, right?
Or in a way it does. It needs everything, because if nobody would like care for it, it would just disappear, I guess. But
It does, yeah, that's true.
but
in the
yeah,
sense that
I
if humans don't appreciate or understand what Bitcoin is, right, then it will be the idea of Bitcoin will self perish, and so music helps to propagate that message far and wide. Just think about Bob Marley. How many people listened to his music, right? How many people learned about the power of love or the power of these different, these principles of self sovereignty. I think that Bob Marley even talks about um, through reggae, right? So the same thing with this type of music can actually instill the principles of Bitcoin without even talking about Bitcoin. So because if I'm right, in the music you didn't even mention Bitcoin.
yes, actually in this song I didn't. I really wanted to make it so obvious, but like if you don't know about it, you still don't hear it. You still don't see
Mm.
it. Like only if you're already in it, you know what it's about. I liked that idea, but after Plan B, my relationship to Bitcoin changed in the sense of I think I became more like childish with it, like child friend. I don't know, like how can I say it? Like before it was more like serious, like an adult. Like Bitcoin is a
Uh-huh.
serious thing. But after Plan B, it was like no, it's actually this really cool thing that you can just like cuddle and be like, that's like that's what it is. So now I do mention it a lot in my songs.
That's so
Some,
cool.
sometimes on purpose, even more. But but not always. Like I still do things where I don't mention it, but it's about that. It's always since Plan B, I just decided this is it. I'm only gonna do Bitcoin music, Bitcoin only. I'm only gonna do Bitcoin only music for Bitcoin only people. Uh, Bitcoin music for Bitcoiners, like from Bitcoiners for Bitcoiners. And it's like so sometimes I guess my lyrics are like the song that I wrote for Max's birthday, like we are toxic maximalists, we stack
Mm.
stats and we don't give a shit. We are toxic maximalists, we mine blocks and we will flip your bits. You know
Nice.
the bit flips that can happen with the solar flares.
The bit flips. No, haven't
Like
heard.
planes can drop out of the sky, or like I don't know, some computer that does really important something like
Is that called a bit flip? I don't know.
yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
like when one of these particles
Uh
from
huh.
this solar
The
flares. Like
the photons or something.
I think it's like a radioactive particle.
Okay.
So it's like what those ones that go through everything. Like I'm not good in physics, but anyway. So these particles they're so small and they aren't like other particles that don't affect their surrounding. They actually like make a hole into things. So
Wow.
if they go into a computer and they go right through that one place where there's this little microscopic little bit that is like a
Uh-huh.
0 or
Yeah,
1,
yeah.
and so they just change this from a 0 to a 1, and then the plane just thinks that it's going up and it's actually going down or things like that, and you just like from 1 second to the and yeah, that's kind of like toxic maximalists. They just like go like yeah, but and people just go like, oh, what the fuck, you're right, damn it,
Yeah.
no way, I don't want to hear it, I don't want to hear the truth.
That's so cool. I didn't know that concept. That's from the song. That's very very clever. I like it.
Yeah, well, that's like my mind. Like nobody will understand that. I think apart from me. But yeah, so like the toxic maximalists, like it's like this happy, like we are toxic maximalists. Da,
I
da, da,
love it.
da.
Oh my god. So good.
Yeah, so many people maybe hear these songs and they would be like, "This is crazy," like whatever. But I hope Bitcoiners can enjoy the irony.
We need to get you to go to every single Bitcoin conference and start playing Bitcoin music because it's so good. It paints a vibes. It's all about culture, right? Culture is what we understand. Most people are not technical, why they will not go and read the white paper. But if you instill these principles in 4 minute long videos, if you create this persona around it also makes Bitcoin relatable and approachable, right? It's not about it makes cryptography, makes Bitcoin concrete, because it's these principles that make sense to people. And these memes, you're full of memes that get told in music. So yeah, super cool, super important.
To come
Um,
back to come back to your question about Bitcoin and music relation,
uh-huh.
and that, I mean, I just really personally think and have thought this for a very long time, that music and dance is necessary. Like singing and dancing and telling and hearing stories is, I think, is necessary to stay sane and
Same.
healthy. And
That's
so
true.
we can be working on technical stuff, or doing customer support for Relay, which is awesome. I really love it and enjoy it a lot. We can do that the whole day, but at some point at night or in the weekend, we need to like disconnect from this technical aspect inside ourselves and just let go and just have
And
fun.
experience it, right? Have fun and experience the actual what it is. What does it mean to be a Bitcoiner? And
What does
it's
it mean to be alive? Like,
yeah.
why are we even here? Like, we are here to be together and share
Mm.
time together, and beautiful moments, and it's more better. I don't. At least this is what.
Yeah, that's a really good point. It's about actually, it's actually coming together and dancing and having a good time while
Isn't that
celebrating the things that we love, right?
isn't that a low time preference state of mind?
Hmm.
Having time, having the time
Right.
to say, oh, now I feel like doing this. Now I feel like doing this. Actually, well, this is just gonna have to wait until tomorrow, because right now I'm really feeling this. And to have that freedom, I mean, obviously, you do have to commit to certain things and hold your promises and be there when you say you will and stuff like that. But it should still, I don't know, I guess I just live in Switzerland. Everybody, like, nobody has time here. Never,
Mm, mm, mm,
like,
mm, mm,
ever.
mm.
And yeah, it's
And what's time without these, important moments of coming together and experiencing these things, right? So amazing. So it's amazing that you can help us create these moments that are special, that people can come together. So I'm looking forward to the next conferences. When is Lugano again?
2021.
2021. What do you mean? You mean, but no, the next one, the next Lugano.
Yeah, 2021 of October
Okay,
2022.
21 of October. Okay, great, great.
Hmm?
October. Fantastic. Well, if you're gonna be there, we cannot wait. I'll definitely try to be present. And there's also many other conferences, so I look forward to conferences reaching out to you to have exclusive songs being released during their conferences. I'm sure, Mermaid, you're gonna be just fine soon. When people discover your talent, you're gonna be going everywhere. So I hope you enjoy traveling with the plane, because you're gonna be going around quite a lot.
Oh my God. Today in the morning, I traveled with the plane. This is the second time this happened. I have a tooth filling,
Uh huh.
and it started to.
No.
Oh man, oh man, I was going crazy. Like, it felt like my face was gonna explode.
Oh
But
my God.
it's like not dangerous at all. It's nothing. It's just that inside the tooth you have this little microscopic air bubble that creates a little
Uh,
bit of pressure, and that just
yeah,
goes
yeah,
into
yeah, yeah,
your
yeah.
whole face, and you just, like, you don't feel your face anymore, but like
Oh my
some
God.
sort of pain in
Yeah,
between.
yeah, yeah. I mean, the
No,
air wants to escape, wants to expand. That's bizarre. I've never
oh my
heard of
God,
that. Shoot.
I have to go and check that out. That cannot happen again. Like, I was crying. I was like pressing the button, help. Can we not do something?
Yeah, yeah. I think you might need to fix that up if you want to go many more planes from now on.
Oh man, that was embarrassing. Yeah.
No.
What, are we already at the end? We are, aren't we? So
Yeah, yeah. So happy to. Yeah, if you want to. Yeah, go
one
ahead.
one more thing that I really think, I just kind of mentioned it before. No, like music, dancing, telling stories, and hearing stories. I really think that is like so important to stay healthy physically and mentally and emotionally, I guess, as well. But so when I do music, I want to do music for people to dance.
Mm.
Like that is the first thing. And then if there's a cool story, so when they're like really tired of dancing and they need to sit down, drink a glass of water, and they're looking at everybody else dancing, and then suddenly they start to listen to the text and they're like, oh, nice, and then you go
Yeah.
dancing again. But yeah, just this trinity of this story, dancing, movement with with
And
music. That's
fun.
it. Bring your dancing shoes to the next conference.
Bring your dancing shoes. Love it. Definitely. This is very, very fun, playful, enjoyable music you want to dance with. So yeah, hopefully the next time you play it, there will be people actually dancing. Last time it was people just sitting around, right?
Because they were mind blown. They were like,
Right. Yeah, they're like, wow, this is actually really good. No one's ever played good Bitcoin
no
music.
man, it was like me on my own with the guitar. They're just like no rhythm. I mean, not enough. It's not now.
Yeah, I mean, it was just you and the guitar, so you couldn't get the entire vibe.
And I
With,
was so nervous, man. You would not believe it. I was sweating, like how my hands were sweating.
oh my
My
god.
voice, I could barely, like, my voice was barely coming out. At some points, I was like, at the top, I still managed to bring sometimes some wrong tone, but I managed to finish this. I don't even know how. Like, it was
Yeah,
so crazy.
yeah. No, you did great. Yeah, especially in the beginning, it does. You can tell a little bit you're nervous, but by the end, you're sort of totally you're into it in the end.
So
No.
no, I think, and I think there was some like ups and downs, but there was one moment in the end where I was so excited. I think maybe, yeah, I wasn't nervous anymore, but then I was just so excited that I couldn't breathe. And I was like,
No, that's not true. I didn't come across at least. But yeah, guys, mermaids, I think we'll probably start wrapping up because this is a great session. I look forward to having you back at some point and tell us a bit about your adventures. Again, it was, yeah, really an honor because it's fantastic music that people need to know about. So I'm happy to spread over it as much as possible because the story of your music and the music of your story needs to be told. So I'm looking forward to, yeah, to your, upcoming success. And guys, go out there, support Yamaja, the Bitcoin Mermaid, uh,
Yemoya Utsume.
Yemoya Ozume. Sorry, I need to. Is that Spanish?
It's Yoruba and Japanese.
Yeah, Yoruba. I know about Yamanja. It's in.
Yeah, she's the Brazilian one, right?
Yeah, yeah. She's a Brazilian one. Yeah, yeah.
Yemoya is from where
Yemoya.
she comes from where the Brazilian one comes from. And Utsume is Anemo Utsume from Japan, the goddess of the sunrise. So the goddess
Mm.
of the sea and the goddess of the sunrise, and I love the sea. I'm a mermaid, so.
The sea and sunrise go very well together. So that's cool.
And in Japan is like on the west, east, where the sun comes up. Yeah. Anyway, it
Right.
was such a pleasure to be here. Like, really, Mick, thank you so much. It means the world to me that you like my music and that you are helping me and supporting me. It's like,
Yeah, absolutely. So where can people find you?
well, here in Winterthur, they can come to my home and they can make an orange juice. On YouTube, Yemoya Utsume, you can find me on YouTube. On Twitter, you can find the Bitcoin Mermaid. The OrangePill Jam project is also somewhere on Twitter, and actually on YouTube, you should go for the OrangePill Jam project because that's where everything will be posted, like, mainly. Not on my personal one.
Mhm.
And I guess all the links are in the Geyser Fund project, so you can find the links there. And yeah, contact me if you have any questions. I don't know. I'm always happy to to collaborate.
I'm sure if you you mentioned people want to help in any sort of way, if you're a musician or if you make art or things like that, many ways to get involved. So awesome. Well, again, thank you so much, Mermaid. We'll close it up here, and we'll talk. We'll have another one soon.
Yes. Have a nice day.
All right.
Bye. Thank you.
All right.